Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. Let me try that one more time, because that sounded like a newscaster. Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, writer, producer, comedian, stand-up comedian, and now first-time philanthropist. You know him from the Isaac Abrams Show, Aryan Azizian.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
It's an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you.
God bless you.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
On
this episode, we talk about cigars, stand-up comedy. He tours with Jeff Dye and Darren Carter. I formerly toured with Drew Lynch. We talk about that. We do a bunch of Would You Rathers at the end. And we talk about how cool Heat is. And, of course, our favorite Creed songs.
Woo!
Yeah. It was a great episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Can you take me higher? Thanks for having me, man.
Well, thanks for being here.
God bless you.
The first thing I saw when I was looking at your Instagram today,
yeah,
not that I haven't seen it before, was that you were doing the Lord's work and you were replacing Creed albums in front of Carrie Underwood albums.
Taylor Swift. Yes. And I did it like as a joke, like almost like a year ago at Target. I was just going around because there's so many of both of theirs, you know? Mm-hmm. There's like a stack of Creed and there's just like Taylor Swift all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would be a funny video if I just went and put them all in front of it. And then I didn't think of it, or I'm bad at Instagram, so I just made it a story and it's gone in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then I was going through Reels the other day and some guy did the same exact thing that I did and had millions. And like, he had like 5 million views. I was like, I did that a year ago. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to bring this back and you guys can accuse me of stealing it or whatever. But
yeah. Well, a year ago is when Creed was blowing up for the World Series.
Yes.
So
just the fact that Target remastered Creed vinyl records is like crazy.
Oh man, I loved Creed growing up.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
They didn't deserve to get dragged the way they did.
I don't know. I think Scott did.
You think?
Well, I mean, his main excuse was I'm allergic to alcohol.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone's allergic to alcohol. That's why you get a buzz.
Yeah.
So for him to be like, yeah, you guys, I'm the only person in the world that's allergic to alcohol. I was like, come on, dude, just sing about God and like let's all pretend.
And that was the other thing. Everybody thought they were a Christian band, but they weren't really. I don't think. Even by his own admission, he goes like, "No, we're not a Christian band or nothing like that."
I mean, that's like Judas saying he wasn't friends with Jesus. Like, come on, they were 100% a Christian band, and if they had embraced it a little bit more,
yeah, maybe
they could have had a long-lasting career. But
they're back. They're doing cruise ships.
Dude,
Creed cruise. We're going.
Have you done a comedy cruise before?
No.
I haven't either.
I want to go though.
Me too. I just want to go as a fan.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to work.
There's so many rules apparently. Like you can't like fraternize with any of the guests. You can't go eat in the buffet. Like if you're a comic.
It's the same as working at a casino. But I think like if it was a comedy cruise,
right,
and there's like 50 comedians,
that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But if you're like just doing comedy on a regular cruise ship,
I know, too hard.
No, thanks. You got to do 7 hours.
I know, it all has to be different, right?
Some of it, they're supposed to have a different 30 for, I mean, who's got 7 hours?
Which is such a crazy rule for a cruise ship. Everybody's drunk and like burning out from the sun. Like, it's so crazy.
Let's go see Isaac again. Let's hear him talk about The Rock one more time. Nope.
Oh, it's the same shit from last night.
Hey. I think you said that last night, but the drinks are sort of free until I get off the boat and have to pay for them later.
We've been eating the same food for 6 days, but this comic better have the same different material every single night.
I've got iodine poisoning from the shrimp buffet, which I get. I get.
You deserve it.
I mean, listen, if you don't get iodine poisoning, you didn't go to the buffet.
You didn't go to the cruise, yeah.
Have you been on any cruise before?
I did when I was a kid. My parents took me on one, and it was like the one cruise that like you shouldn't have been on probably because we hit some storm. It was by the Bermuda Triangle too. And then like we hit some storm and like you see like a hotel hallway, you like look down, you can see all the rooms and the doors. But when you're on a cruise ship, everything's moving. So you're like looking all the way down the hall and the whole like ship was moving like back and forth. You're like going from wall to wall just trying to get to your room. They had to put out like the like training wheels for the ship. It was like that bad. They had to like extend something to like keep the ship from like tipping over. And the first night that all of that storm started happening, we were watching like some show. It was like a knockoff Cirque du Soleil. Like these mimes were like climbing on top of each other.
Live show.
Yeah. They were like going up top in the barrel. And then like that was the first time we hit that first like giant wave. And they all just toppled over. And we thought it was like part of the show. Or like they were like, no, Everybody go back to your rooms. Like, get to the muster stations. Like,
Randy's hurt.
Yeah, that guy's dead. He's dead. But yeah, that was my only cruise experience. It was not good. Even as a kid, I was like, I don't think this is for me.
It's not supposed to happen like that.
How about you? Have you been on a cruise?
I haven't been on a cruise, and I've been going down a TikTok rabbit hole of watching people like yourself getting like seasick and like bad storms.
Yeah,
because apparently there's a real bad storm around the Strait of Gibraltar or whatever.
Okay,
I guess that's this. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, but I think that's the tip of South America, which you're not supposed to go on a cruise ship around.
Yeah, that's too adventurous.
Yeah, people go up to Alaska.
I want to go to Mexico, get drunk.
Yeah, for 2 days.
Kill my wife, throw her overboard.
That's right.
Like a cruise. That's right.
She slipped.
She slipped.
Yeah. Do you have a wife?
No. I'll get married, go on a cruise, kill her. That's just what everybody does, seemingly, on a cruise.
So
I want the full experience.
What you're saying is, if there's a lady out there with a very large insurance policy, and a
forget
death
it.
wish,
Yeah, I got 2 tickets on the Carnival cruise with her name on it.
I got $498 with your name on it, lady. Let's do this.
Isn't that sad? That's all it is. It's $400. It's like less than a PlayStation.
It's the king of upcharges.
You can go live for 10 days out on the seas.
Well, there's a lot of old people that have retired to cruise ships because it's $5,000 for 2 weeks. Or if you live in an old folks home, it's like $20,000 a month. It's
kind of beautiful when you break it down that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind retiring. I have 2 retirement goals. One, I either want to somehow make $1,000 a day, residual income. I don't care what if it's off. Maybe it's investments, not with this market, but whatever. So I can live in a casino.
Ooh, I like it.
So the $150, $200 a day goes to the casino room, and $200 a day goes to meals.
Perfect. Just pachanga it up.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking Vegas.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping like $500,
you
$600
higher
a day.
goals.
Yeah.
We could do better.
Pachanga would be like $89.
Yeah.
Actually, the casinos in Palm Springs in the desert, they're very expensive.
Are they?
On holidays.
Interesting.
Like $700 a night.
Huh.
I'm like, I could go to Vegas for a week on $700.
Pachanga had the menthol Marlboros, the green ones. Like, remember when we were kids? And they're banned in all of California. So I don't know if they have their own like jurisdiction.
Yeah, you can't tell them what to sell.
Yeah, I think they do whatever they want.
As should be their right.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. We took almost everything from them.
Let them have the menthol Marlboro. So you're gonna have $150 go to the casino for your retirement.
Way to pivot.
I'm all over it. I'm sorry.
We just stuck our toe in the baby pool of getting Indian canceled.
I have ADD. I go all over the place. But I'm listening. I hear everything.
No. Oh, you know what? This is your show. You interview me now.
Okay, please. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I have many questions. My first question, based off of that Creed thing, is what is your favorite Creed song?
Ooh, the 6 feet from the edge. That one. That one's good.
Hold me now. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's so dramatic.
Is that the one that took off during baseball season?
Definitely, probably.
I wonder. I kind of.
Oh no, that was "Can You Take Me Higher"? Probably.
That is it.
Yeah.
They're tied for me.
They're tied.
Yeah. They
actually have like a good amount of hits, right? At least 5 or 6, 7.
I think it's like 10 or 12.
Yeah, it could be.
It's insane. They were the coolest dudes.
Yeah.
I graduated high school in 98.
Okay.
So it was a perfect storm of Creed.
What was the other one? The Look at This Photograph guy?
That's Nickleback.
Nickleback, okay.
I have a Nickleback story.
What's that?
I don't know if I've told it on the show before.
I want to hear it.
Good luck finding it in 178 episodes. I did a music video for a band called My Darkest Days in Vegas.
Okay.
At the former Hard Rock Hotel,
nice.
Which is now Virgin Airlines or whatever. Chad Kroeger did a cameo.
Yeah.
Chad Kroeger is the singer of Nickleback. So there's a scene. There were 2 other cameos. It was Ludacris and Zach Wild. I don't know if you know who those guys are.
Perfect. Nice.
Side story, Zach Wild shows up and he goes, "Can you get me a 12-pack of O'Doul's?" I was like, yes. He's like, if I drink like all of them at once, I can feel something.
What? Is
so
that
I literally,
non-alcoholic?
Yes, O'Doul's is the non-alcoholic beer. He cracks 4, chugs 4 beers at one time, cracks another 4. He chugs 8 beers in like maybe a minute.
What?
He goes, all right, I'm ready.
You just gave himself indigestion, and he's like, I feel something. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. But we were shooting on the rooftop, so we had the name of the music video is called Porn Star Dancing, which I don't know if you can say porn in the first 5 minutes of a YouTube video, but the whole video is on YouTube, and it's got like 50 million views.
Wow.
So we had 200 strippers on the roof of the Hard Rock. Helicopter shot, right?
Yeah.
So the helicopter's coming in. It's just supposed to be the band and 200 strippers. Chad Kroeger walks directly up to me and he goes, "Is the Chad in this shot?"
He's just crazy person.
And I was like, dude, oh shit, you're talking about yourself. I was like, no, the Chad from the helicopter doesn't look like the Chad. The Chad looks like a regular guy. So we want to save the Chad for when the camera comes down. We want to get a close up on Chad. And I just talked back to him in the third person.
And he understood. He didn't even like bat an eye.
Didn't blink an eye. And he goes, all right, the Chad's going to go finish his sushi in his room. I was like, have fun, the Chad. And he just walks off.
And you never saw him again.
I know. He didn't even make it into the video.
Wow, what a Looney Tunes. When was this?
This was 2011.
Wow.
2010.
I'm going to start doing that. Is the Aryan in the shot?
Yeah.
I can't even. It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't roll.
I would confuse myself.
Yeah.
He was he was ahead of the pronoun game, I feel like, in a way.
He was. I have a bone to pick about pronouns.
Go ahead.
Because we just talked about this on not this show, but another show. But there's a bunch of country singers that are like reeling back, Republican reeling back. I don't want to say Republican. Conservative folks that are reeling against the use of pronouns.
Okay.
But in their songs, they're like, I'm against this, and they can't do that. I'm like, if you take all pronouns out of conversations, it sounds like a children's book.
How so?
Aryan and Isaac are having a podcast.
Yeah.
Isaac would like to drink his coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Would Aryan like some water?
That's true.
It's like
it becomes
children's
very
books,
childish, really
There's
fast.
no pronouns in children's books, dude.
That's
because
so true.
Kids are like, who are you talking about?
Right.
I don't get
They
it.
can't follow. Yeah. I love
I'm working on that. I'm going to try and make that a bit.
No, I love having a bone to pick with any subject. What else?
Yeah.
Pronouns.
What else?
Well, pronouns is confusing because it's like hacky, but like if you read something in the paper and they're doing it, they're like, they broke in, they vandalized the place. You're like, oh shit, it was like 25 people. You're like, no, it's just like one guy.
It was a whole mob.
Yeah.
No, it was just Bob
He's
by
just,
himself.
he was just drunk. He was having a night.
Timmy just got off the cruise and
Right.
was trying to rob.
You're like, no, okay, we got to
Balenciaga.
explain this better. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to start using people's names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Chad.
The Chad.
Yeah. He was ahead.
Yeah. I wish the went in front of my name. I don't think the Isaac would go. Although it's the Isaac
Abrams Show. Yeah, it works.
Interesting. Might be time for another rebrand.
No, I like this one. This one's good.
Yeah, I got that. The logo, I got that off of Fiverr for
That's amazing.
$50. It's better than hiring a real graphic designer. But I don't know if we're going to be able to outsource labor to the Philippines anymore. So,
A Filipino drew that for $50?
well, he already had the bear, and the bear was leaning up against a refrigerator like a vending machine for
Yeah.
a former client. And I was like, hey, just
Filipinos are that good? And they're
They're-
just in the Philippines?
yeah, and it's $50.
You
And
should be here.
yeah,
That's
Well,
incredible.
I did the math. It's like $50 in the Philippines is like $300 or $400 here.
No kidding.
Yeah, but the cost of the gear that he needed to make that on his
Yeah.
computer was still American dollars.
Wow.
So it's still like $2,000 computer that he needed to make that.
That's better than anything we got here.
I mean, it's.
I actually
kind of
like that AI is going to destroy designer people's jobs.
Oh, see, I don't know.
You disagree?
I totally disagree because I have a lot of designer friends.
Hear me out, though.
Okay, I'm listening.
They're lazy and they're not good. Do you ever walk around and you see like the lazy fucking designs like in the grocery store for like bags of chips or like wine labels and shit? It's the laziest, or just signs
Yeah.
on buildings. It's garbage. It's like
Well,
Comic Sans font.
My bigger point against that is it's not necessarily the designer that's lazy.
Yeah.
There's like 50 creative people that worked at that company that had to approve it. So like if you see a lazy advertisement,
Yeah.
the whole creative department of that company had to approve it.
Well, that's not good because one Filipino for $50 can draw an awesome logo like that. And then AI, you could just tell them what to do. Amazing posters.
Dude,
I love it.
So I saw a cartoon version of you and Jeff.
Yeah, it was great.
Jeff, was that AI?
Yeah, and I did it in like 5 minutes. You know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
It's because I don't know how to do it. I just learned it. And you go ChatGPT, hey, make us a poster. And I sent one picture of me and Jeff. And I'm like, make it like a Western and like we're in Modesto. And then it comes out with a couple of different versions and stuff. And then I have to like shit on myself. I'm like, can you make me shorter, a little bit chubbier in the cheeks, more rounded off, less pronounced chin, and kind of like, can you?
It just says no.
Yeah, and it's like, because it made me too handsome, you know? And it was like, this isn't real. And then I was like, for Jeff, I was like, you got to make him more handsome, like more pronounced chin, taller. Yeah, it was so funny.
Still
I
taller.
was like, man, I'm just like shitting on myself. And then AI is like so polite. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll get right to work on making you uglier. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In about 2 years, it's going to be like, listen,
Listen, you
you
fucking.
get one revision. And every other revision after that is a 24-hour turnaround and $50.
Well, it's so funny that you said the time. Like it works on it as if it's really working on it. You know, they're like, "Oh, give us a minute. We're working on something right now." I'm like, and then I become like kind of like a sweatshop. Let's go. Yeah, just like a despicable sweatshop owner. I'm like, "Come on, I paid $20. Hurry up."
Do you buy into the pro version of ChatGPT?
Pay $20 to somebody. I don't know.
Just one time, or do you do it
one
every
time?
month?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if that helps. There's a $200 version, which I didn't.
That's the
spring
pro
for.
level.
Oh, okay.
That's every month.
That's too much.
That's a lot of money.
But I bet it'd be fun to play with. Just to see.
Oh my God, I would love access to it for one day.
But it's easy. I mean, I could show you, but it's great.
I play with ChatGPT. I have ChatGPT write all of the descriptions for the pod now, and I'm like,
I love it.
Use all 5,000 characters, optimize for SEO, do the target keywords, and it's like, okay.
Everybody that went to art school has to get a job now. Has to get a real practical skill.
I think they're going to have to just learn how to prompt ChatGPT or the AI models. But there's still going to be like a need for like, if I want to sit down and like, because AI can't just go like, okay, take the left earring out. Well, maybe it can.
It could.
But I would rather pay a human to do it.
For nice young Filipino man.
Yes. Or woman.
Or woman.
Any skilled Filipino will do.
I didn't know that. So Fiverr tells you where the person's drawing from?
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. You call them kind of, or you just...
You don't want to. Because they run everything. You send them through Google Translate.
Okay.
And then they translate it back again when they respond.
It's the best time ever to be alive.
It is. Well, I was thinking about this morning.
Yeah.
Because the market crashed. This is 3 weeks ago, guys. The
market crashed today?
Friday.
It's so nice not having any money. I don't know what's going on at all.
So
what happened?
You're richer than you were.
We're broke?
Yeah. The market had its biggest crash since 87.
What happened? Okay.
Today is April 8th. This is going to come out April 27th.
Did you take a big hit?
I didn't. Well, okay. I have a little bit of crypto, but I didn't get hit bad.
Do you have Tuah coin?
Not anymore. I pumped and dumped it.
As you should.
The fact that there was a sentence that said someone pumped and dumped the Tuah girl, I just don't think there's just all kinds of things we're saying in 2025.
God, she's a genius.
Well, I don't think it was her idea, but if you called yourself in 2015 and you were like, "Hey, President Trump is getting rid of the Department of Education, who's run by Linda McMahon," like that sentence just doesn't even make sense. You're like, "Wait, President who?"
I love it.
And Linda McMahon is from the WWE. And they're getting rid of schools.
Idiocracy really was so much nicer.
It's a documentary
in their prediction of the future. Like they were very polite. Like it's way worse than that movie.
Yeah, dude. Do you know that in the movie Idiocracy, the director went to the costume designer and he was like, "Get me a pair of shoes that you think someone would wear in the future.
Yes, that
no one is ever going to wear." And it was Crocs. Yes. That thing.
Mike Judge is amazing,
dude. Oh, Mike Judge. Wait, he does Simpsons.
From Beavis and Butthead, right?
Beavis and Butthead. He didn't do the Simpsons.
He did Idiocracy.
Mm-hmm.
No, Simpsons was what was his name?
There's two guys for the Simpsons. I can't remember either of their names.
It's not Matt
Groening.
Matt Groening. Sorry.
Yeah. Two very important cartoon things happened in the neighborhood that I just moved out of.
What was that?
Playa del Rey, the bar in the Simpsons.
Yes.
Moe's Bar is actually Moe's Bar in Playa del Rey.
That's awesome.
And the creators of South Park had lunch at Pinguini every day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and there's two animation stills behind the bar.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, because their office was
they
right
used
down
to
the
live
street.
down there.
Yeah, they were very close.
Dude, South Park rules. They've never missed. Ever.
Yeah. I'm not a big South Park guy myself. I kind of missed the boat on that one, but because we can't just pick up and start watching it now.
You could.
But isn't it like...
You could even go backwards.
Because I feel the same way about The Simpsons. I kind of miss The Simpsons, too.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what did you grow up watching?
I grew up watching, Little House on the Prairie.
No kidding.
And Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
No kidding.
Anything on CBS.
I watch Little House on the Prairie now.
They've got a new one
on TV.
out.
It's so beautiful.
They're remaking it.
Oh, they're remaking it. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be the guy?
I don't know.
But it's just so beautiful. It's relaxing. Mm-hmm. I fall asleep every time.
It's out there off the 118 towards Thousand Oaks.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's there's a ranch between the 118 and the 101. It's that whole space.
A Little House on the Prairie.
I've been out there.
Wow. I love it.
I have not seen the Little House, but I have seen the Prairie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to know about your woodworking stuff because I always wanted to learn how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you teach yourself?
Sort of.
Okay.
So I said this off camera before we started, but I moved here with my band in 06.
Yeah.
And my guitar player became a luthier, which is someone who makes guitars.
Yeah.
And now he's become very successful at that. This is a cut off of a guitar, and I just made a wave out of it. But
this is from a guitar?
that's some mahogany, I think, from a guitar.
Like
So-
what part of it?
So you know how guitars kind of cone in?
Yeah.
So if that was the square part that got cut off.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
Yeah. So
And now it's
here. Now it's a wave sitting on the desk.
I like
which I just found when I moved, so I put it back on the desk. But he, in his wood shop out in Fillmore, he had chain link walls.
Yeah.
And his neighbor was annoying him. He was just talking to him all day. He was like, "Hey, can you come help me put up some walls in my shop?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't have anything going on because I'm freelance. So, I don't work very often." So I went and helped him out. And then I went the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Can I just putt around in here and just like glue some shit together and chop it back up?" And he's like, "Sure, dude, I don't care. It's nice to have somebody to drive out here with." So I started going every day.
nice.
And then he gave me a whole table and I filled it all the way to the top and I filled it all the way to the bottom. He was like, "Hey, man, I think you need to get your own shop." So I did. I got my own shop
Nice.
and I filled it up with stuff. And then I got a bigger one.
Is
and
it a separate location from your house?
Yeah, it was in a warehouse in Fillmore,
Gotcha.
like across the hall from my guitar players,
Cool.
and I was listening to podcasts the whole time.
Nice.
This was 2016 to 2018, and in 2018 I was like, I love podcasting a lot, and I want to start doing comedy, so I started a podcast studio.
Oh, amazing.
And then eventually the podcast thing picked up so much that I had to shut the wood shop down.
Wow, that's an amazing. I didn't know that was your like origin story. It was
That's
from
it.
the wood shop to the podcast.
From the wood
studio?
shop to the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, because I missed like entertaining people and being on stage, and I was
Right.
like, how do I do this without dragging 3 other guys with me? Little did I know,
Comedy.
If you make it in comedy, you got to drag 3 other guys with you anyway.
No matter what.
Right. So I should have just started the band again.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, I started the pod November 2018, and then
Right on.
Yeah, I started.
Did you teach yourself woodworking at like in your 30s?
I'm 45 now, so it's 38.
Oh, great. Okay, because I'm 32, and I was like, am I too late to learn how to do any of this stuff?
No,
And I want to
woodworking is for old guys.
Is it?
You need the most patience in the world.
Okay.
And I don't have it. Like I just built a workbench for myself in the garage back
Yeah.
home, and it looks like crap. Like I just slapped it together, no plans, 2x4s, just chop.
You don't
chop,
draw
screw,
and measure twice or whatever.
None of that stuff. But if you want to make like fine furniture and stuff, you gotta get precision
yeah.
tools, and you gotta have patience. And it's measure 8 times cut once. There's a woodworker I follow on TikTok that doesn't have any power tools. He just like hand saws and he chisels.
Wow.
And dovetails stuff.
That's
and
awesome.
He doesn't measure.
I follow all that stuff. That's my
Dude.
favorite.
Woodworking is the funnest thing that you can do.
It's great because you can just do it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just build stuff, and then people are like, "Oh, I need a wall," and you're like, "Cool, I'll make you a wall."
Yeah, you get work out of it too.
Yeah.
Way better than comedy.
These little walls right here, you see them in a lot of podcast studios, but I made this myself out of, and you can see it's like not precise, but
No, it's perfect.
the soundproof version of this,
Yeah.
1 foot wide by 8 foot tall, is $250.
Wow. How much is it? How much is?
There's 140 of these, so I paid $140. There's $1 a board, so I paid $140 for it.
See?
Yeah.
And you're handy. Nobody's handy anymore. Nobody knows how to do anything.
I want to be a Renaissance man.
I love that.
I just want to be able to
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to take it into mechanics. The farthest I want to do is be able to fix like a lawnmower.
Okay.
I don't want to work on cars.
No, that's a money pit. Forget
I mean, that was like,
that. It would be cool.
it would be great to go, I know exactly what's wrong with your car.
Right.
But
But
now
you go
it's like,
broke.
yeah.
It's too expensive.
No. I mean, I don't know what to make in my wood shop that I could sell for money, but I was making art for a while.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Painting?
3D gradient wood art.
Oh, cool.
I'll show you my woodworking Instagram
Okay.
later. I've talked about
We'll write it
woodworking.
right below.
Yeah. Follow Heckert Wood Shop because you're going to totally know what that is after my.
You seem like you might play video games too.
Yeah, dude, I played Call of Duty for an hour.
You
every day.
did?
Yeah.
Did you see Verdansk's back? Apparently.
Yeah, I've been playing it all weekend.
Oh
Double
shit!
XP
I gotta
weekend.
go
What are
get
you
an
talking
update.
about?
Oh man, that was my thing.
Yeah, you want to play when you get home? Too
Hell
bad.
yeah.
Update. It's slow.
It is.
It's slower, but my kill ratio is higher.
That's good.
Yeah.
They always lure you in the beginning, like you start doing really good in the beginning, and then all the hackers and people like bots and stuff fill in. And you're
Well,
like,
I only play Plunder.
the Plunder's the best.
It is the best.
Yeah.
One of my highest rated clips on TikTok is about Plunder. So let's talk about Plunder.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I never played video games, by the way, until COVID happened.
Oh, really?
And then my friend was like, download Call of Duty and it's free. I was like, it's free? Like, you don't have to pay anything?
Yeah.
And then we started playing Plunder and all that stuff. The best time, dude.
I love running around just getting money. Just getting bags of money. And then somebody has more money than me, I shoot them. And now I got your money.
I called a friend once. I was trying to explain to him what Plunder was. He's like, how do you play? I was like, it was Jeff. I was like, how do you play? He's like, you got to just go around and you got to look for bags of money. He's like, that's what I'm trying to do in real life. I don't want to try to do this in a video game. Why would I waste my time? I was like, very good point.
Yeah. Well, when you're not running around in real life getting bags of money like Jeff.
You got to go play in the...
Yeah, you got to practice offline.
How funny was it, by the way, that I was explaining for dance to somebody? They're like, what is it? Like, is it like fighting terrorists and stuff? I was like, no, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of exactly like Ukraine. The war that we started 2 years after Verdansk came out. I was like, I think we got psyoped by a free video game. And then the next map was Caldera, and it was like in the rice paddies in Taiwan somewhere. Oh, that's the next war that we're going to go to.
We're going back to Vietnam.
Somebody even like put together some like images like of like hospital buildings that look from Ukraine that look like the hospital buildings and stuff in the video game.
That's crazy.
I was like, I think we might have. It got psyoped a little bit.
Maybe.
And that island that we play, you know, the island that like you fall into, it's much smaller.
It looks like
is it called Rebirth?
Yeah.
That's Alcatraz.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know for the whole time I was playing it. I was like, and I've been to Alcatraz.
Have you?
Didn't piece it together.
I've never been.
Well, once when I was a kid, like a field trip type
I've
thing.
seen it.
Yeah.
Out in the distance.
But now if we went, we would know every corner of that place because the video game.
We could break out.
We could break out.
Yeah. I think about The Rock.
Yes, great movie.
Yes. Not Dwayne.
Not Dwayne. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
That's good.
Yeah, you just have to talk with the top of your mouth. And there's a little bit of Nicolas Cage in here.
Oh, that's so good. You could switch back and forth.
I could eat a peach for an hour. Face Off, to me, was the second greatest movie of all time.
Oh, my God.
The first of which being Heat is my.
Oh, Heat is the greatest movie of all time.
I'm sure people are tired of me talking about Heat, but I think in
pull it
order.
up. No,
Yeah, come on, Jamie, pull it up. I think in order of real cops and robbers gunplay, it's Heat and then Den of Thieves 1.
I don't know that one.
Den of Thieves, Treat Yourself.
Okay.
It's O'Shea Jackson and it's Gerard.
Oh, so it's recent.
Butler. Yeah, it's 3 years ago. Well, Den of Thieves 2 just came out and it's not as good.
Huh.
But then people are like, well, what about The Matrix and John Wick? That's gun porn. That's not cops and robbers shooting it out.
Den of Thieves. All right. Beats Heat?
No, it's number 2, but
number
it's
2.
very close.
It's very close. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Heat stands up. And I think Michael Mann wants to make Heat 2.
Nice.
But his last couple of movies have been dog shit.
He's too old, probably, huh?
Yeah, he lost his touch. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Probably Goodfellas when it's on. I'll watch it every single time.
Yeah? You into the mafia stuff?
Yeah.
Dude.
Goodfellas.
Man. Do you ever wish you grew up in a different time?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah. I get a couple of different movies blended together. Goodfellas and Casino blend in my head.
They do.
And A Clockwork Orange and Trainspotting are the same movie in my head. I can't pull them apart.
You can't pull them apart.
Unless I'm watching them.
Yeah, there are certain scenes in Casino, where I thought it was in Goodfellas, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's just the same actors and the same everything.
They could just play, like if they just redid Goodfellas over and over again with just a bunch of new gangsters, I would watch that. I rewatched all of The Sopranos.
Nice.
The last time I had COVID. Because the first time I had COVID, I watched all of Harry Potter because I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
But gangster stuff is so cool.
It's the best.
It's just guys doing whatever they want to. No one's going to tell them what to do. And there's a boss. And everybody wants to be the boss.
It's also hilarious that, like, it was so easy to do whatever horrible thing you wanted. Like, you wanted to kill somebody. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to think about it at all. No, you just like walk up, shoot them in the head, and just walk away. There's no cameras. There's no IP tracking or anything. It's just
imagine just doing crimes in the 80s.
You didn't even have to have a plan.
No.
You could just like roll up to the deli.
Yeah, give me all your deli money.
Yeah, just do whatever.
And the meats. Give me all your money and a pound of salami.
It It was the perfect time for Italians to just run.
70s and 80s in New York City. Can you imagine being Italian?
Are you Italian?
No. I've always wanted to. I actually dated a girl in my early 20s whose uncle and father were both connected.
Oh, wow.
And I was like...
They're still mob?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is 25 years ago.
Okay.
So I still mob now.
What do they do?
They just do crimes.
They just do crime.
It's a lot more scammy stuff, you know. It's a lot more.
It's like Nigerian prince scamming.
It's a lot of like extortion.
Okay.
Like forcing people to willingly.
It's not as
pay
cool.
money.
It's not like with the guns and the driving.
No, they got to do other stuff now.
Oh.
But they made so much money that their kids are like having reality shows and
really.
Yeah, the Gotti family had a reality show.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, the Gotti kid, the boy, he had a reality show for a while. Because in the early 2000s, when reality shows started popping off, they were giving them to everyone. I mean, they're giving them to everyone now,
right?
But there was less network.
But the Gotti family is interesting. Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't know they had a show.
I mean, it's also interesting. Like you watch all those movies, it's like this code, this thing of ours, right? Never talk, never say nothing, and then you cut to a documentary where a guy's face is blacked out, and he's like, "Yeah, I murdered 78 people with my knife." And it's like, what, dude? You're not supposed to talk about it. And that was famous gangsters,
and they're like saying stuff that it wasn't even happening. They're just bragging. They're like, "Yeah, I killed 4,000 people." Like, whoa.
I mean,
how's that even possible?
Aren't they gonna come for you now?
Right.
I always hoped that when I was growing up, like somebody would like be in the witness protection program, and like I would meet their kid, and their kid would be like, "Hey, yeah, we're not from here.
My dad's Whitey Bulger."
The baseball player?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great dream. You just wish one of your friends' parents was in the witness protection program.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually have a show idea that I wanted to run by you because you brought me this beautiful cigar, and I can't wait to smoke this.
Yeah. We'll smoke it this Sunday.
Hell yeah! Cheers. I thought about an idea, and I could cut this out if you don't think it should come out, but I thought about an idea for a sitcom called Stogies, based on the cigar shop that we hang out at.
Yeah.
And starring all of the people that go to the cigar hangs.
You know who's the star of that show?
I mean, I think it would be Jeff and Drew.
No. It's the guy behind the counter that sells us the cigars.
Yeah, I think that guy's
the most interesting guy of all time.
Right, but that guy would be Jeff Ross.
No, just keep
that guy?
Yeah, keep that guy. I saw that guy peel out with his like Ford F-350 the other day from that parking lot, and he did like an illegal U-turn. I was like, he's star power.
Man, when you go in there for the first time and you don't know anything about cigars, he suffers no fools.
Oh, that's why I'm saying, yeah.
But then you go there 3 or 4 times, he's like, well, I guess this guy's going to keep coming back. He starts being a little nicer and a little nicer.
I was terrified of him when we first walked in there.
Me too. I was like, me for a cigar, please, sir. Yeah. And he was like, go away.
He was like that, yeah. But now he's the sweetest guy in the world. He like tells you everything. He's the best.
I bet if you sat in there long enough, you would just see comedian after comedian after comedian go in there and buy their cigars.
Yeah, actually. I've seen like comedians in their stories, like sitting there, and they'll take a picture. I'm like, I was there 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I just missed you.
Yeah,
Bill Burr.
I wonder if he goes. Probably.
That's where I heard the guy behind the counter talking about selling Bill some cigars before we got there the last Sunday that I was there.
Wow.
You were probably there more recently than me.
Last time I was there, I think we were together.
Oh, okay.
We got the pizzas.
We got the pizza.
That pizza's so good.
Dude, that pizza is. We can't tell anybody where this is.
I'll say it, but we bleep it out, and it'll be really a long bleep.
Yeah. Beep. Beep, beep, beep. It's like, what kind of name is that? Yeah. It's a mafia cigar place.
It does kind of feel mafia-y.
Yeah.
I like that one woman, too. There's just one black woman who comes in.
She's so loud.
She's so loud, but she's the only woman. But she hangs with the boys. She knows all the sports stuff. She's just yelling back
more
at the TV.
Than everyone else.
More than everyone else.
Yeah. She's like, shut the fuck up, Randy. There's no way they're going to win this. They're touchback. Stupid.
She's great.
Stupid. Yeah.
Oh, she's totally in the script.
Sits on the edge of the chair.
Yeah.
Leaning forward with her legs out.
Her hair's different every week because it's some wig that she's. The other ones are too smoky. She has to air them out.
I love her, man. I need that kind of energy.
Me and Jeff went the night of the election just to hang. We didn't, expect it was going to be an election night situation. Mm-hmm. They had all the TVs going from the sports to the election coverage, and then like we're just sitting there like smoking cigars, watching what's going on, and then we realized we're like, oh, we're in with. Everyone in here is voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. There's not one Kamala Harris guy smoking a cigar in here because people start talking shit like out loud and stuff. And we're like, oh, we're in This was ironically the place to be if you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
We didn't plan it that way. We were just sitting there smoking cigars.
No, I mean,
we don't pay attention to politics.
I think, birds of a feather, right? If you like cigars, you like Trump.
Yeah, because guys were just yelling like crazy shit. They're like, Kamala Harris sucks. And we're like, is anybody... Oh, wait, no, I guess,
the light goes
we're
off
good.
in Jeff's eye. He's like, Kamala Harris does.
That was his origin. No.
Yeah. By the way, we're talking shit about Jeff Dye.
No, we're not talking shit. Jeff's my best friend.
No,
I love Jeff.
He's great. He's been on the show, episode 110 or something like that.
That's right. You had Kenny Weber on, by the way, so to not get confused, if you're watching, I am not Kenny Weber.
You get confused with Kenny all the time.
No, but we have the same hair. Don't worry, Kenny.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm going to cut my hair soon.
Like, Kenny and I were very close for a while.
Nice.
And then we were going to write some sketches, and then I got busy, and we just haven't talked in a few weeks.
I just remember he hosted a great show in like Huntington Beach or Seal Beach.
He ran the rec room.
That's
down
right.
there, and they shut it down. They going to expand the ping pong area or something of that disco club he was running or whatever. But
how long have you been doing comedy for now?
I produced my first show on my 40th birthday, and I'm 45 and a half.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's like perfect.
Yeah.
5 years, 5.5 years?
5 years. 3.5 of that have been on the road.
That's awesome, dude.
So we'll see. Not any of my own doing. I just happen to do videography, and people were like, come on, I need you to shoot me.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
I've been doing it about 5 years, too. I started like right before COVID in 2019, and then didn't do anything for like a year or two. But yeah,
that's how it always goes, right? You do your first show, and then you're like, I don't know about that. I had a huge problem with the open mic system. It's just
in LA, it's so hard.
So it's unproductive. Like you can't really get any good feedback, and then doing bar shows, what are you going to get out of that? So it's like the only real way to get any real experience is to get out on the road with somebody.
Yeah,
and the only way to get out on the road with somebody is to get in at one of the 3 big clubs and have somebody bigger see you.
Right.
And go, oh, you're good enough to open for me. And
I got lucky. Jeff saw me at Ponchos. Speaking of bar shows, which Ponchos is a bar show technically, but in my opinion, it's like the best show. I'm gonna shout it out.
That's
Dan
in Hermosa,
Carter.
right?
It's in Manhattan Beach.
Okay, yeah.
That's the best show in my opinion on a Monday night, 9 o'clock. Like Dano, I don't know how he does it. He just packs it out every week, and then like Ali Wong will show up, Shang Wang will show up,
That's
and all
crazy.
these guys, TJ Miller, and then like Jeff saw me and he's like, "Hey, you're good. You want to come on the road with me?" I was like, "All right, that's." Sounds good to me. So
let's go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it all worked out from Ponchos. But yeah, you're right. Like sometimes I'll go to an open mic and I'm like, I'm learning bad habits just by like, because the jokes that make normal people laugh don't make bitter comics laugh. So you have to say something like horrible or something to get them to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can never use that.
They're
anywhere.
too busy worrying about what they're going to say to listen to you. They're just
on
waiting for their
phones.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not a mic guy.
It's hard because it's good for you. It's good practice, but then sometimes those guys never have the ambition to leave the mic world either. And then you just become the king of the open mics, and then it's just
right. You got to be a king of something.
You got to leave at some point, or like use it to your advantage.
But getting out in front of a real crowd it's
amazing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I just made 300 people laugh at the same time.
Right.
Which is the average capacity of a comedy club, by the way. Not because people can't sell more tickets. Like when Drew Lynch does a comedy club, he'll do 8 shows.
That's amazing.
And he'll sell every single one of them.
That is so cool.
It's either that for a whole weekend or it's one night at a theater.
Does he prefer doing like more shows at a club because it's more intimate than doing one bigger show at a theater?
I can't speak for him, but I think he likes to mix it up. It's the accomplishment of being able to sell a theater.
Right.
But being a comic going back to clubs, and the pay at clubs is so much better.
Is it? Interesting.
I mean, the rip off of a theater is like 70%.
No kidding.
It's ridiculous.
I thought the comedy clubs their days were numbered because they were always ripping off.
Oh, they'll rip you off until you sell the tickets.
Gotcha.
Right? So you get to the point, like if you get to Jeff or Drew's level, you get a door bonus, which is like 80% of everybody that walks through the door. Because they want to sell the booze and the food.
Right.
So the door goes to the comedian. Ideally, the door goes to the comedian and the food goes to the house.
I mean, so there were comics that were famous for having a guy with like a baseball clicker, counting. And then at the end of the night, they would see their numbers versus the comedy club owner's numbers and see if it matched.
Pauly Shore does it.
To this day.
Yeah, he did. He said it in his documentary.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Pauly are friends now.
Nice.
Yeah, recently.
I started talking to this lady, and She's very sweet, very nice. And then she showed a picture to her aunt. She was like, hey, because they went to the comedy show, so that she was with her aunt and stuff. She goes, hey, I'm talking to the comedian we saw the other week. And she just saw a picture of me. She goes, oh, Pauly Shore? And I was like, ah. So now her aunt always asks her, how's Pauly Shore doing? And I was like, I got to start doing
good, buddy.
Chinese.
Pauly's great, man.
He's genius.
Yeah, he's awesome. He always has his dog. It's surreal to be standing in the hallway of the Comedy Store and just chatting with people in the hallway. It's just
Do you
crazy.
hang out at the comedy store?
I do. I mean, I've been going more lately.
Nice.
I was
I've always been afraid to hang out there. It's okay.
Why?
You can just go hang.
You can just go hang.
All right.
Yeah, if people know who you are. I work at the Improv as the house photographer.
Oh, nice.
So one of them. There's many.
Yeah.
And so when I go, and I've had most of the door guys at the store on the show.
Yeah.
So when I go, they're like, "Oh, he's good. Come on."
Nice.
And then the other day, I went after work at the Improv and just went by the Comedy Store.
Oh, it's cool.
And I was talking to the door guy, and he's like, "Come here." And he just took me back in the kitchen and got me a water. And then I saw the photographer, and I talked to her for like 30 minutes. I was like,
Nice.
"I'm standing in the Comedy Store kitchen. This is crazy." I left. I was like, "Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go." Let my ego get all big on the way home.
I love it. That's great. The comedy stores, I mean, all those places are such great hangs,
Yeah.
just from afar watching them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to go there one day, but
You should.
I've always been
Mondays
paranoid
are the
about
day.
it.
You want to go on Mondays.
Yeah.
Try and get on potluck.
Potluck.
Yeah. Do you drink?
Not really.
Not a drinker? You
Sometimes.
smoke
Once in
weed?
a while. No, I don't
You're
really
just raw
do
dogging
anything.
life?
Yeah, I'm just raw dogging life. A lot of coffee. I'll drink like 5 cups of coffee a day.
Oh, but you didn't want anything from Coffee Bean.
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
'Cause
God
it's
bless you. I'm
5
Persian.
o'clock.
I'm being polite. I'm like, no, thank you. God,
Oh,
you're so nice.
you wanna
You're so
go get one
nice.
right now?
No, I'm good. I got one earlier.
I could get
You're the
another
best.
one.
You're so sweet.
Oh, just-
This is a new.
Yeah?
I don't know. If it's not addicting. I could go without
Not
smoking
yet.
them.
Makes me want to smoke cigarettes.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, a little bit. Because the smell. You're like, oh, it's actually not that
Yeah.
bad.
Well, I smoked cigarettes for 25 years.
Okay.
So now I get to go to Cigar Sundays, but I come home smelling like... And I'm like, oh, if I'm already smelling like smoke, maybe I should sneak a couple cigarettes. But by the time I finish a stogie, I'm like, I don't want any more nicotine.
Right.
Yeah.
That buzz, whatever this part is, I don't know what it is.
The part you're not supposed to smoke?
No, I smoke it. Go
You're not
past the
supposed to
band.
smoke past the band?
You're not?
No.
Oh, well, that's where I like to smoke the most.
Well, cut it off and just
No,
start
it's the
there.
best because it's like that's where I think it gets like the most compacted or something, and then that's when you start get that tingling like around your lips and stuff.
That's
and you
not
get the
a
head
good
buzz.
thing.
Oh my god, I'm like so wired when I killed the cigar.
Dude, last time we went there, Jeff was like, I'm going to do another one. And I
Jeff goes way too much.
So I was like, oh, it'll just end up being me and Jeff here doing our second ones for 2 hours. And I get another one this size. And he finishes his in like 15 minutes.
He's like Looney Tunes, like when Bugs Bunny, he'll just go like whoop
Yeah.
and like smoke them that fast.
Yeah.
I can't keep up, but
Does he
God
have a
bless him.
sponsorship? Is he sponsored by
he should if he doesn't already. I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah, he should. He should have it on stage like Ron White.
Yes.
Or like draw a Jeff thing and sell it as merch.
Oh, man. What a
Right?
great. If he white labeled some of his own cigars
Oh,
and sold them at shows.
because you could just sell them at cost. People just would want a cigar after.
Well, he does posters.
Yeah, which is genius too, because it just slips into the.
And he prints them out in the
suitcase.
city that he lands in.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know.
That's
that.
what he told me.
That's smart.
Yeah. I started getting Drew some posters, but then I had to lug them around in my suitcase. And they're very heavy. I was pushing them after shows too. I was like, get your posters here. Buy one, get one for the same price.
Do you like going on the road with Drew?
It was
fun?
it was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
And I would do it again.
He's a great guy.
He's yes. He likes to drive the car though.
He won't let you drive.
He won't let anybody drive, which is my only. I mean, look, I don't want to drive, but I don't want the headliner driving.
Right.
But that's
works
my
out.
only gripe would be he drives.
Yeah. Jeff likes to drive too, so I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
And he's got the Cybertruck, so I don't even know how to drive that thing.
I mean, some of the best times ever were 4-hour drives between shows, and it's just me and him and Justin just laughing. I mean, the funniest things I have ever said or ever heard said are in a car with comedians between shows, and it's like this is getting canceled. We're way down here. We're way down here.
You're almost getting like delirious too, because it just
Yeah.
keeps going and going.
Right.
You're like, There's no altitude shift, but you just
Right.
still feel kind of like little loopy.
You're starting to speak like your own language.
Yeah.
Like blue means red now, and like
We'd
everything's
like come
different.
up with bits. We're like, this is the funniest, most genius bit ever. And then like we'll get there and try it. We're like, the audience is like, what are you guys even talking about? Like, you guys are crazy people.
Yeah, that's the other thing about being around comedians too. And they're like, you should do that on stage tonight.
Yeah.
And then you do it, and they're like, you didn't do that on stage, did you? And you're like, yeah, you told me to.
You set me up. Yeah.
But it is good to like have that feedback right away too, and be like,
Right.
they're like, okay, here's what you did wrong last night. Here's what you can do better.
Oh my God. Getting like pro advice. Oh, it's the
Mhm.
best.
Yeah.
Can't. So grateful. I can't believe you have questions for me. Nobody knows who I am. This is so great.
Everybody knows who you are.
God bless you.
They do. I was going to ask you what it's like touring with Jeff, and you've been on the road with Darren Carter too.
Yeah, I love Darren.
Darren is the guy. If you don't know who Darren is,
Darren's been so good to me.
he his thing, it's not his catchphrase, but his thing is like, I like my women like I like my, and then someone yells something out, and then he just domes a punchline.
Yep.
And I'm like, how did you do that?
He basically invented it. He's
Yeah.
been doing it forever.
Yeah. But he does other stuff too.
Right,
Like
right.
that's his little his
Oh,
niche.
he's so good at it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be. He's doing it for 20 years or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Darren, I'm so grateful to Darren. Darren was the first one to really like give me like more chances to do more time.
Mhm.
Because as an open mic, you're just doing like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And like the thought of doing 15 or 20 to me anyways was like terrifying.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't do that. I can't even stand still for that long. Like a lot of comics will be like, oh, I could do an hour and I can
No,
do
you can't.
45 minutes and
Right.
stuff. I don't have that confidence at all in myself. So when he told me to go do 15 minutes after just doing 5-minute spots, I was like sweating. I was all nervous. And then he pushed me to do it and I did it. And then after doing that like 4 or 5 times in a row, then I came back to LA to do like a 3-minute mic. I was like, what can you even say in 3 minutes?
I said
It's
the
like,
same
this
stuff.
is, yeah.
I'm like, I can't even
I
get
need-
going in 3 minutes.
It's like you need to just like warm up the crowd in 3 minutes. It's too short. So now I'm like all cocky with the times.
Yeah.
But
do you play into your like persona, or do you have a stage persona? Are you like
I don't. But you know what's funny? I used to wear glasses all the time on stage, and I just sweat, and so I'd always push them up like the bridge of my nose.
Mhm.
And some comics, like this was recently, like 2-3 months ago. They're like, I love that bit you do where you like always just like slide your glasses up your nose, like you're like some dweeb. And I was like, oh no, I didn't know that's just me. I didn't want to be a nerd on stage.
You're like, thanks,
Yeah.
man.
So I went home. I got contacts the next day. I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Who's the guy that says we're having a good time?
Dusty Slay.
Dusty Slay.
Yes.
He does his glasses, touches his hat, does his hair.
It's all these like little
Yeah, he's got
ticks. Yeah.
little quirks. But that, I mean, you know, it works.
I
for
do
him.
need to play into it though, because I do have like a nervous kind of energy, so I need to like have a joke about that to let them know that they're in good hands. Because I do have a vibe, but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know where the jokes are.
I listened to a podcast called Modern Wisdom by
Yes.
Chris Williamson. I don't know if you know who he is,
No.
but he had a guest on, and she was an expert in confidence, and she was saying that before you give a public speech or do stand up, that you tell yourself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And that's what I've just been my mantra before I go on stage now. I go, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And a couple times I've gone out on stage and just let it build up intensity. And
Yeah.
I've gone like, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And everybody just like, yeah, okay.
Oh,
So,
that's great.
yeah, you can have that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying like that's not mine. So
I do think of that, like, because I am excited, because I love it, and I'm especially excited once I'm doing it. Like, I'm nervous all sort of the pre part,
Mhm.
but then once you're up there, you're like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
But I just know I have a nervous sort of fidgety vibe, and it's probably the 6 coffees, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
probably gonna
yeah.
dial it back to 2.
I always knew that I found out that I had worse sets when I was over caffeinated. So I needed to leave room for the adrenaline.
Interesting.
So I would have a coffee at like, you got to time it perfect. Like if the show's at 7, it's maybe a 4:30 coffee.
I've never thought to do this.
But if you let it wear off,
yeah,
and your adrenaline can't kick it back up, then you have a low energy show.
interesting.
So we would
Because
also
I'll just drink a double espresso right before I go up, which is probably a mistake, because then I'm all jittery and stuff.
I think if anything that fucks with your memory or makes you forget your bits,
Coffee makes you forget?
it does for me. If I get
Oh, shit.
overstimulated, then I'll just say what I'm thinking.
No way.
So I would just say like treat show days like game days, right?
Yeah.
Like, take your meds, at the right time.
Well, you do that with alcohol. You go, I can have one drink or maybe 2 drinks before I go on. But I never thought to do that with coffee. You just changed my life, I think.
Yeah, well, I love alcohol. I drink all the fucking time, and I
texted you the other day, you're like, I'm day drinking. I'll text you later. I was like, I like this guy. He's great.
I will not drink before I perform.
Smart. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look.
I used to do that in the band. I would just my stage fright. I would 2 shots of whiskey. Yeah. Then it was 4 shots of whiskey. Then it was 8 beers and a shot. And I was like, I want to remember this.
Right.
And you need so much more mental clarity to be a comedian than
especially
you do.
like for me anyways, doing short sets of like 10, 15 minutes and you're drunk. It's like, come on, man. There's some pet peeves I have. Comics that go do short sets and they have they drink water. And it's like, dude, you're only there for 10 minutes.
Right.
Elton John singing for 3 hours. He doesn't drink water. You can't get through 15 minutes.
Well, some people build their sips into an intensity build. It's part of the set. It's part of their act.
But I'm like, come on. You didn't earn that sip. You're not working that hard.
They're also looking at their notes.
I do that, and I hate that about myself.
Yeah, I won't take notes on stage.
I always perform better without them. I don't know why. It's such a crutch. I know I have fucking 3 jokes. Why am I looking at my phone?
Yeah. 3.
The audience knows. Ponchos, my joke's better than I do. It's so stupid.
That was my biggest feedback from Drew on the road was that I finally got 10 minutes. I was like, pop, 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 pop. And I would come off stage. I was like, I got him. He's like, dude, you're wasting your time. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, no one cares that you're here. No offense. I'm not trying to offend you, but like, they're here for me. So try something new every night.
Oh, that's great.
Open something up.
Yeah.
Then the whole middle is new every night, and then hit them with your closer and get out. They're only going to remember your closer, and then
that is good advice.
Yeah, so just every night at least try a one-liner, or try in the middle of your 10 minutes. Just drop something new in every night. If it works, it works. Because I got Drew has different features on the East Coast than he does on the West Coast, and all of his East Coast features are like, let me get straight. You didn't open mic, and now you're opening theaters for Drew, and I'm like. And to be fair, I was doing guest sets. It would be the feature, then me, then Drew, because he really cares about how the show starts. It has to start strong.
Okay.
But they would be like, dude, you're open micing in front of 1,500 people tonight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on the road. I'm home for a day a week. Like,
right.
I'm not going to go to an open mic on my one day to sleep.
Right. So. And Drew told you to. So.
Yeah.
He's running the show.
Yeah.
If he wants to do new stuff, then you got to do new stuff.
I'm not on the road with him anymore. I have like another opportunity took me off the road with him, but I would gladly jump on the road with somebody else.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, hopefully I'm just gonna build this show up until it's time for me to go on the road with my own traveling circus.
That's right.
Yeah,
and man, is comedy becoming a circus more and more every day?
Yeah, it is. Where are you at on the moving to different cities? Are you solidly in LA?
I thought so until half of it burned down, and then I'm like, you know what, maybe. It's time to leave, or I wouldn't be as sad if I left. You know,
I mean, you look like you'd fit in Texas,
dude. Yeah, this is all costume, right? This is my Halloween costume that I wear around every day,
right?
And is anybody really a cowboy? Is George Strait really a cowboy?
Is George Strait straight?
I don't know. We have to figure that. We have to get
George gay.
All my exes live in West Hollywood.
Yeah, but Jeff's considering Texas.
Well, Jeff brought it up to me like a few months back, and he's like, I'm going, and you're coming with me. I was like, what? I'm not ready to go because my parents are here and whatever. And then like, I don't know, the fires happened, and then like there was no water in the fire hydrants.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem. And I'm like, so eventually our house will burn down or something will happen. And LA is just every time I drive into Hollywood and stuff, it's just more and more homeless and crazy people. I grew up here. I love it. I love California, but. Now I'm like, well, every city's pretty much the same. It's a Wetzel's Pretzels and a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'd say that all the time.
What do I care? Yeah. So
it's a Target and a Walmart.
Yeah. So it's like, I'll just go, and if it's cheaper to live, even better, you know?
Yeah. And if somebody like Jeff's going to take you and introduce you to the scene, why not?
But I mean, not even that. It's just like, it would be cool to see what comedy is like over there. It seems like it's much more like invigorating. Here, the comics are maybe more tired and jaded, but over there, they're like,
they're excited.
Hungry and excited, so it would be fun to see it.
I think that for as hungry as they are, it would still take 200% more effort to make it out of Austin than it is to make it out of LA.
That's true. Probably. Still.
Maybe. What do I know?
Who knows?
There's guys making it out of Austin every single day. They're getting the Rogan bump. They're getting the Kill Tony bump. They're headlining.
I mean, do you know Sam Hyde?
Mm-mm.
Sam Hyde's just this guy. I think he's a genius, and I called everybody a genius, but he's like out of Rhode Island somewhere, like just who knows, some random city. But he has a great podcast. Now he's doing stand-up. And he's always had great sketches. He was like an animator, did Cartoon Network stuff.
That's cool.
But it's like you could just be anywhere now, is my point. Like he's somewhere remote and just have a podcast, be funny.
Yeah. I mean, Nate
go on the
lives
road
in Nashville.
Yeah.
Nate, Aaron Weber, the other guy, and
Theo Kathleen Madigan.
Oh, I didn't know Kathleen lived in Nashville.
I think. Yeah, but now it's like we're free in a sense. It's like there's
you
no
got to make it
comedy
first.
store.
You got to pop off.
That's true.
So as soon as you find your audience, you're good to go.
So yeah, I guess there's no more allegiance to anywhere.
Yeah.
L.A. Which whatever.
I would like to be in New York more.
Is that where you're from?
No, I mean I was born in New York, but
Okay.
not New York City. I was born in Kingston, New York.
Oh, cool.
I grew up in North Carolina.
Nice.
Moved out here when I was 26. So I'm coming.
Why do you want to be in New York more?
I just
more
love
sets and
New York
stuff?
in the summer is insane.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the best places in the world. There's just the action and the energy of the city and like popping around doing sets and just like getting ingratiated into like the New York comedy scene where it's just like, yeah,
That would be
he's
really
one of
cool.
us. He's popping in. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that would be so cool.
Ride around on like a little motorcycle.
A little
gets all these
scooter
fun
with a pink
scooter.
helmet.
Yeah.
Have my long hair flowing out of the back.
That would be fun. Would you ever go to North Carolina?
Yeah, maybe.
Could you get to Nashville easily from there?
Yeah, just go to the airport.
Oh, okay. You got to fly. Okay. I
You
thought
could drive. From where I grew up in the middle of the state in North
Yeah.
Carolina, I would want to live on the coast.
Okay.
And then from the coast to Nashville, I mean, it's a 12-hour drive.
What's the comedy club there in North Carolina?
In Raleigh, it's Charlie Goodnight's. And then-
Oh, I've heard of that.
yeah, out by the airport. It's
Cool.
the Raleigh Improv, but it's in a city called Cary.
Nice.
My phone's blowing up, and it's bothering my ass.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not interrupting our conversation to see.
Grab it.
Just want to make sure nobody is dead or on fire. Okay, cool.
You're good?
And then it is 5:06. Let's do another 15.
Okay.
I have my highly clippable would you rather question.
Yes, let's do it.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect.
Great. Would you? I got to look in the camera for this, and I always say that, but I never do. Would you? Would you rather go bungee jumping or swim with sharks?
Ooh. Now, is the swimming with sharks like a supervised swim with the sharks? Like, am I in a cage or
I would
are
say
the sharks?
cage.
Are they pre-fed?
I would hope so. I think you're feeding them while you're swimming with them.
Oh wait, that sounds like
You're holding meat out
Bad
the
timing.
window. Did you see the TikTok where the shark went through the bars of the cage and like swam around in the cage and
with
then,
the person.
yes, and the guy lived.
Was that recently?
It was super
No, I
recently.
didn't see it.
saved it. I'll show you after this.
Huh. All right, I'll go bungee jumping.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go bungee jumping.
Me too. I'm gonna cut that clip of the shark
Yeah.
into that. All right, this one's tough for me. Would you rather lose your phone or lose your house keys?
The phone now, like, if you lose it, they get everything, right?
I mean, it depends on where you lose it. You drop it in a lake,
Oh, okay.
you know, just it's gone. Like
I'll lose my phone.
lose your phone.
Yeah, my phone died the other day for like 10 minutes before I went to go like hang out with my friends. It was the best 10 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
I was just like walking around, like looking at people in their eyes and stuff. It was great. I loved it.
I made eye contact
Yeah.
with human beings.
I was like, oh, this is such a stressor, this stupid thing.
I put it in the other room now when I'm working. I'll just leave it in my bedroom when I'm working in the office.
I think I'm going to go back to flip phone. I'm one of those people that will every 4 or 5 years get a flip phone and
Yeah.
then annoy all of my friends and loved ones. But it's like peace. It's like, oh, and then I have a Thomas guide in my car. I'm always late.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss Thomas guides.
The
I
best.
was an office PA when I first lived here in 2006. And they would be like, go here, it's this grid. And you're like, okay. And they give you a roll of quarters.
The best. This is the best time ever. That was perfect.
Yeah, they would pay you.
We went
and be
too
like-
far.
And you'd call back into the office when you picked up the stuff. And you're like, where do you want me to
This
go
thing
now?
ruined everyone's lives.
Yeah. Have you tried putting it in gray mode? Black and
No,
white
what's
mode?
that? It makes you like not want to look at it?
Yeah, it's like you see color. And you're
I
like,
still want to look at it.
Yeah. But a
porn,
flip
porn
phone-
in black and white and porn in color is still porn.
I can't do porn on the phone.
What? Why? You got to have it on this thing?
Okay, yeah, I like to watch it in 4K.
Let's see what it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Let's see what I would like. Pull up my.
Do you ever notice like when you're driving and you have the GPS going, by the way, and it says like hazard ahead or speed check reported, and then all of a sudden there's a sea of red taillights because everybody's on the GPS. Do you think that's a psyop?
I think that
Because they can't catch all of us. Let's just go.
that's true. I think if you're traveling at- with the speed of everyone else, they generally don't pull you over. But
And there's never a cop. I never see a cop.
I've noticed that not Google Maps, Apple Maps is messing with traffic. Because it could just take a bunch of us out of traffic and route us a different way, like Waze used to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just be like, oh, that's too much traffic. Or I don't like, so there's a hill near my house. It's too steep for my car. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And it wants me to take it on the way here every time.
Every time.
So I go around it all the time. And it's faster.
Right.
But it keeps wanting me to go over this hill. I'm like, you're not going to kill my car.
That's the thing, too. It's like when you drive in your own hometown or neighborhood, you realize how inaccurate it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, yeah, go all the way this way. And you're like, why? I could just go straight to my house. So,
I can make an illegal left turn out of my friend Tony's house and be home in 3 minutes.
that's right.
But it wants me to take a proper right turn and go down there and do a U-turn and go up here, and that says 12 minutes to get home.
We gave our brain to the stupid phone.
Yeah, but it gives us more room to do other creative things, I think.
Like AI a picture and...
That's right. Or talk to a room of 300 people about how stupid our phones are.
That's right.
It's relatable.
It's totally true.
All right, we got 3 more.
Okay.
Would you rather own a Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
This is so funny because I don't know jack shit about cars. So
Neither do I.
That's basically the same thing for me.
But you don't have a old school preference?
I saw a Ferrari hatchback the other week.
Oh yeah, I know a
What's
comedian
that?
that has one. Was it white?
No, it was red.
Oh,
But it looked like a mom car.
yeah, Chris D'Elia has one.
Why would you do
I
that?
don't know, because he's got kids. My young self, my 80s and 90s growing up self, would be a Ferrari guy.
Okay.
But my wicked cool 45-year-old dressing like Justin Bieber 13-year-old self would do Lambo.
Green?
Ooh, no, green, never
Orange?
green. I think you got to go black for Lambo.
Okay.
And red
for
for
Ferrari, yeah,
Do they
yeah.
even make? They make black Ferraris,
Yeah, I think
but
so.
red Ferrari.
Yeah.
Come on.
The 80s Ferraris were awesome.
Yeah, the F40.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what a new Ferrari looks like anymore.
I just don't think I could drive something that's worth more than my house.
I know. I'm going to Costco. What would I even do with it?
You're putting it in the trunk.
Yeah. Go to
Wait, this is the
Pete's
engine.
Coffee.
Yeah. What's the most ridiculous daily driver you could think of?
Daily driver?
Like a Bentley? I think if you get a Bentley, you got to have someone drive you.
Is that the one that has stars in it? Or is that the Rolls Royce?
It could be either one. I don't know. But there's a certain price point that you want. I would rather have a driver in a Sonata than driving myself in a nice car. As soon as I don't ever have to drive and I can just be like, we're leaving.
You just get a guy.
And just got a guy.
That's
I got a house man.
way smarter.
Yeah.
And it's a Civic.
And I can drink whenever I want to.
You just show up hammered everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably cheaper to Uber.
I like this idea and the idea of retiring in a casino. I think
Yeah.
you have everything figured out.
He's a bodyguard.
Yeah.
He's got his concealed carry permit.
Yes.
Always has a cigar on him.
Perfect.
And it's built-in buddy.
I realize you need a friend with a gun.
Yeah.
At all times.
At all times.
Because I don't have the discretion. I would just be waving it in everybody's face at all times. But I need some guy who's a little fidgety, but he has his concealed carry permit.
He carries the bag of $1 million in cash.
Yes.
And he has the gun.
You get
But
it.
you have to pay him really well so he doesn't just leave with the bag of money.
It's like what is his name? Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, you just have a little entourage.
Yeah.
Guy with the money, guy with the gun.
I've run into Floyd at Lowe's Hotel in Santa Monica.
No kidding.
He gets out of...
He's cool.
He rides around in a Sprinter van now because he's got so many
Dang.
people. That's a lot.
I like it.
Yeah.
And the back of all their hoodies say his name. He gets it.
Yeah. I think, because I've done a couple of tours with guys on buses, which is super cool, and I've done a couple of guys in rental cars. I think the middle of the road is the Sprinter van where everybody gets a captain's chair and there's a driver.
Damn.
Because you don't want to sleep on the bus. I'm not claustrophobic, but I can't sleep in a coffin bunk. I don't like to sleep in a bus.
Everybody has one of these.
Yeah, we're just fucking like, hey, and then you smoke in it.
I like it.
I think a Sprinter van, if you can afford it, it's cheaper. It's like $2,000 a day cheaper than a bus.
Yeah, the bus is too much.
It's still baller. You're still going from boom, take us to the next hotel, pick us up in an hour, take us to the theater, pick us up after.
I like the idea of the sleeper car. You know about sleeper cars? Where it's it looks like it's just a piece of shit like Jetta, but it has a Porsche engine in it.
Oh, yeah.
I think those are funny.
Yeah,
I like
funny.
that.
That's a great way to waste a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in my neighborhood that put pipes on Civics.
Oh, those people all should be executed.
Well, they're shooting at
What
each
are we
other.
doing?
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more.
Okay.
Would you rather play Pac-Man or Space Invaders?
Ooh, I love Space Invaders as a kid, yeah.
All right.
What about you? I feel like I disappointed you. Pac-Man?
I wanted you to say Pac-Man but I don't really remember Space Invaders. Is that the guy at the bottom? That's
Yeah,
like
he's
this,
shooting
and the guys
things coming down.
And
Yeah.
you get sucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Space Invaders is cooler than Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man was cooler than Pac-Man.
That's true. That's the truth.
I don't know why. Just pink.
Yeah.
Clip it.
Let's go, dude. Yeah. Jamie, clip that out for me. All right, this is the tough one. This is the piece de resistance.
Okay.
Would you rather dance like Michael Jackson or
Yes, that's it. End the show. I want to dance like Michael Jackson every day. Drink Michael Jackson juice. Go to bed.
Do you even want to know what the other half is?
No. What is it?
No, you don't get to know.
Ah.
And now nobody at home gets to know.
I want to dance like Michael. I want to moonwalk off this podcast.
Okay.
Let's go. Here
we go. Moonwalking. That's it, folks.
And then end the podcast once I'm out of the frame.
Well, now you're in the you're in the wide.
Oh, I got a moonwalk.
You got a moonwalk over here.
I got a moonwalk this way.
Now you're in my shot.
And...
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.